All right, from last week, does anyone remember what the impact of the last three bonds has been on academic achievement in our district? What has the impact been? Consistent, positive, or negative? Very, very positive. Tomball ISD has not opened up a new campus that has, every campus Tomball ISD has opened up as a result of the last three bonds has been A-rated. All three high schools are A-rated. The district continues to have a AAA rating as a result of academic achievement that has remained at the highest levels despite rapid increase in enrollment. So this is part two of instruction. So I want to start off with the bottom line first. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to present, and then we will look at how we get to these ideas. So number one, CTE has experienced exponential growth in the last 3 years, in part of and as a result of Bond 2021. There are 7 possible CTE programs in which we can expand. ROTC needs a rater program in order to increase recruitment, and libraries must expand beyond literature to include makerspaces, research designs, project-based learning, and application learning in order to meet new standards that we are seeing in science, technology, engineering, and math. If we look at the past 4 years in CTE, 2021, we see CTE classes being added at the junior high level to give students an opportunity to learn about work. These are called our Jumpstart classes. Within CTE, we have programs of study. In 2021, we opened 3 brand new programs of study: audiovisual, game and app development, and also we began our program for robotics. 2021, we opened up another program of study for electrical technology. This is located at Creekside Park, Lone Star, Creekside Park. We then added industry-based certifications in every single one of our program of studies 3 years ago. 2022, 2023, we opened up another program of study in the area of aviation. Also in cybersecurity, we opened up a graphic design fabrication lab at Tomball Memorial High School, law enforcement, and then also legal services all in 1 year. In 2023, 2024, we offered our first ag mechanics competition at our project show. And then we opened up our law enforcement simulator. If the box has a perimeter of red around it, this means this was a direct result of Bond 2021. Our simulator at Tomball Innovation Center is a simulator that gives students access to real-world scenarios to help them prepare in a career of law enforcement. We share this equipment with Tomball PD. We have shared this equipment with the Attorney General's office in the state of Texas to train law enforcement personnel. We opened up the Tomball Agricultural Center also during this year as a direct result of Bond 2021. We also opened up a mock courtroom at the Innovation Center. We have held, this mock courtroom is where our students that are participating in the program of study of legal services, this is where they prepare for their mock trial competitions, and where they also participate in legal proceedings from Precinct 4 in our actual courtroom so students can understand the business and the operations behind the scenes during court. We also opened up a 911 call center at Innovation Center, also to help within the program of study. This also was a direct result of Bond 2021. And then our P-TECH for healthcare professions in partnership with HCA and Lone Star College opened up at Tomball Star Academy. We then we will open up actually within a few weeks the new Tomball High School CTE Center, which is a state-of-the-art lab for welding, for floral science, for veterinary science. This CTE Center at Tomball High School is in the former show barn. Also, this year we opened up our program for aviation maintenance, also at the Innovation Center, and as a direct result of Bond 2021. And then as well as our program for our pilots in aviation, which is a direct result of Bond 2021. Our graphic design lab, we were able to improve it and expand it with funding from Bond 2021. This also resides at the Innovation Center. Horticulture project show will start as a competition for the first time with the project show this coming next month in January. And then we will open up a P-TECH for teaching and learning at Tomball West High School in 26 and 27. So what this is a pipeline to develop a teacher pipeline starting with Tomball ISD students. So if Tomball ISD students want to become a teacher, they can enroll in our P-TECH program at Tomball West High School. Upon graduation from Tomball West High School, they will have a high school diploma and an associate's degree. At this time, the goal is we already have secured a grant from the Houston Endowment. The Houston Endowment funds 100% any paraprofessional in the district that wants to continue their education to become a teacher. So when we are able to continue this endowment to 26, 27, and once these students begin to graduate from Tomball West High School and they want to be a teacher, and they want to be a teacher in Tomball, they will graduate with an associate's degree. Their first year after graduation, they will be employed as a paraprofessional. And then the Houston Endowment, and they will be able to continue their studies towards a 4-year degree. And their second year out of high school, then they will be a student teacher in Tomball ISD. Then their third year out of high school, they will be a teacher in Tomball ISD, and they will not have had to have paid $1 for their degree. So in summary, right now we're offering 27 programs of study in CTE. 40 of those CTE courses have been added just in the last 3 years. 1/3 of the course catalog in CTE has been added in the last 4 years. There has been tremendous work to expand the programs of CTE in a very short amount of time, but this expansion would not have been possible without bond dollars from 2021. We are also now able to offer 9 dual credit CTE courses. We have a complete program of study that is dual credit in the area of business management. And our students this past spring earned 1,417 industry-based certifications as a result of the programming in our district that will position them very well after high school to either stack that with additional certifications, move directly into the workforce, or take those certifications and stack them towards a community college or a 4-year degree. So what does the future look like for CTE? So if we're looking at about the range of 2028 to 2032, there are 7 possible programs of study that Tomball ISD students have indicated in surveys that they are interested in. These are high interest areas. These are high growth fields, and market data says that these jobs that result from these areas will sustain over time. So if you look at these, I can kind of group them in 2 different sectors. So if you look at automotive collision repair, diesel and heavy equipment, plumbing and pipe fitting, HVAC, and fire science, we can kind of categorize these as they're industrial. It's heavy, it's industrial and heavy equipment, whereas informational technologies and support services would be more computer and technology support, and family and community services would be would look like future counselors or social workers. So these programs of studies are high interest. So then the question is, do we have the location, the equipment, and the facilities to then launch these types of programs of study? So if you look at the Tomball Innovation Center, there's one former warehouse that remains undeveloped. So this warehouse right now, this is a picture of before development, but this warehouse right now, it has our fabrication lab. It has our program for aviation mechanics. It has our program for pilots. It has CTE office space and classrooms in this area right here. Our mock courtroom, our 911 call center, our simulators for law enforcement are in this area, and then much of our P-TECH equipment for Tomball Star Academy students in the health professions, again, are right here and right here. But this Warehouse 7 is completely undeveloped. So again, I'm terming this as more of an industrial type of area that can handle large equipment, that can handle large vehicles. Bays are already established in each of these, or there are bays in the warehouse. There are completely drive-through bays and on each side. So if we look at the first, fire science has a number of programs, or is a program of study within law and public service. Has a number of IBCs that students can earn to take the first step in becoming a firefighter, fire inspectors and investigators, or first line supervisors and prevention workers. We look at automotive and collision repair. You look at a growth rate, again, of over 10% in our area. And again, I'm associating automotive and career, or automotive and collision repair with industrial type work, which would fit in a location that we already have once it's reconfigured to handle these programs of study. Diesel and heavy equipment, also in the career cluster of transportation, distribution, and logistics. Both are looking at entry salaries of near $60,000 with a number of IBCs that we could offer while the students are in high school. HVAC and sheet metal. Also, you look at construction managers, which a few more certifications above what a student could get at their entry level could position them for a job of near $100,000. Plumbing and pipe fitting, again, would also fit within the area I showed you of Warehouse 7. This is a high interest from our survey that we took of Tomball students, but the growth rate here is over 25% in septic tank services and sewer pipe cleaners. Informational technology and support. Every entity of even small or moderate size has a technology department. Information technology supports and service would look very similar to our technology department that we have here in Tomball ISD, or you would see at Methodist Hospital, or at any company. This is what we are offering with informational technology support and services. Further defines students that want a career in cybersecurity versus one more in information and tech, and more in information tech. The proposed location for this center would be an unused space right now off of Kiefer Street. So this is, if my back is to the to this entrance of Kiefer Street, I'm looking straight out to the Early Excellence Academy, and to my left is Kiefer Road. So these are the former offices of the Student Support Division that are unused right now, but the proximity of this location is it's within 400 feet of our technology departments, which is just on the other side of this location adjoined to the Staff Development Center. In addition to informational technology, we're also looking at family and community support and services. Again, this would be our health workers, our community health workers, social workers, counselors. The location for this program of study would be at each of our comprehensive high schools, including Tomball West. This is the unused facility that's right across the parking lot from Early Excellence Academy. This square structure in the back is a gymnasium. The gymnasium right now is largely unused, so what we are trying to do is capitalize on this unused space that is of the right size to help bolster and enhance our esports extracurricular activities. Esports is not a program of study. It's not a CTE. It's not in the area of CTE. It's not a program of study. But students that are interested in informational in informational tech, in cybersecurity, in computer science are attracted to these type of extracurricular activities. So a gym could easily be refitted to look like a esports lab. This is one that you see at the University of St. Thomas. Right, the last part of CTE, we can look at our 3 high schools, Tomball West, which will be established 2026, Tomball Memorial 2012, and then Tomball High School 1973. Upon 2021, made significant upgrades in the area of CTE. So again, floral, veterinary science, manufacturing, and welding. All of those spaces were significantly upgraded. But the spaces that welding is moving from, or the spaces that floral design is moving from, those areas can still be upgraded to help us expand and improve our areas for engineering, architecture, AV and robotics, and the health CTE clusters. All right, in addition to CTE, both ROTC programs are very successful at both of our high schools, but successful in different ways. The quality of ROTC at Memorial, they are competing at a national level and routinely win at that level. At Tomball High School, they aren't competing at the same level of Tomball Memorial, but they are seeing increases in enrollment. What our programs do not have is a rater program. A rater program is a part of ROTC, and it is a program that teaches toughness, cognitive durability, and leadership through competition. So obstacle courses that you see here they have an obstacle course that is similar to this in Magnolia. They have an obstacle course that is similar to this in Spring ISD. We lack these facilities, and therefore we're not able to recruit additional students that we could potentially have for a rater program. A rater program is a signature feature of ROTC that gives them another tool to bring students in to engage them in the program. Again, just a quick look at a snapshot of some of the rater programs around the Houston area. The proposed space for this is space that we already have. This space is located behind the former show barn at Tomball High School. It's unused space that was formerly used by the baseball teams. These areas are no longer used, but easily could be retrofitted into a obstacle course for a rater program. All right, so the last portion of my presentation is talking about libraries. This is a picture of our current library. This is a picture of Grand Oaks, which is right across the parking lot, but also looks a lot like our library at West Elementary, which is just down the road. So you'll see a traditional setup where students have area for independent learning, lots of literature that they can explore to build their reading skills. But also what you see in the back at the newer schools are areas in which students can engage in scientific design, research, application, project-based learning beyond the literature that they find in the books. So when we look at our new elementary schools, I want to show you a quick comparison to our older elementary schools, our library. So again, this is there's maker space in the back, there's research design available in the back, all facilitated by the librarian. So some of our older schools, our libraries are very well kept and they are very well used, and the circulation is at a very high level. But our older libraries are based on literature only. They don't have spaces for project-based learning. They don't have spaces for maker spaces or application or applying scientific skills. So here you see this is Lakewood, Rose Hill, Decker Prairie. Great libraries for the purpose that they serve. But what we are proposing is an expansion of the function of a library beyond literature. to look something like this. So you have these type of spaces already available at Grand Oaks. You have this type of space already available at West. But you see that we have research centers. We have areas in which we have kits on the side to where we could use these for scientific experiments. All of the science teaks have been all the science teaks have been upgraded and are new for us this year. Science is heavily based in engineering, and we are beyond the days of where science was judged by how much information you know. Science now is judged by how much information that how well you can apply and synthesize and analyze the information that you know. In order to remain competitive, we must have areas in which students can implement scientific experiments like they would in the workforce, but at a very young age. So the proposal is to look at smart labs at the elementary schools. So equip all elementary schools with smart labs, expand the libraries at the elementary beyond literature to include maker spaces, research design spaces, project-based learning, and application-based learning. Connect learning to the workforce and enhance a cross-curricular connection. Sound. Try now.
Computer labs looked a lot different when I was in school in the 80s and 90s, learning to type on an Apple desktop. Recently, I visited Greeley Evans District 6, where they're upgrading their technology classes and making sure it ties into what the kids do outside of school. Do you have any other classes where you get to draw on the table?
No.
From the minute you walk into this room, you can tell it's not like any other class. This is always a very loud and active class like this. Is
Yes,
it typical?
very much.
And you're
Very
just
much.
milling about responding where needed, and they're pretty much on their own, it seems like.
So what that is that's a quick look at a space, a library that has the capability to help students apply science that they have learned in a real world, in a real world space. All right, I think that's towards the end.